have here a Chatwood Invincible lock. Here's the key. I'm going to start by inserting this tension wrench. I'm going to slide it in front of the first lever. I'm going to put this wire in the back all the way behind the last lever. And then we can start picking. All the way in the back, that's lever 8. Make sure I get behind it though. There we go. All right, that's lever 8. Apply some tension. 7, 6, 8, 7, 6, 5. We can try in the front. There's 1. There's 2. Working them up in tandem together. And there's 3, 4 in the back again. Got 8, 7, 6 fill level, and 5. I think I triggered the blocker, so I'm going to reset it. And I believe that happened because the levers are starting to fall. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, pushed 1 and 2 up a little further. Checking on 3. Then back to 8, 7, 6, 5. Okay. Now those levers are in the back are staying put a little bit better than before. That gives me some confidence. I'm going in the right direction. And also that I haven't triggered the blocker again yet. This is where I really get to the hard part, though, because I'm now hunting for any little bit of feedback to tell me what's not set or what's overset. Ooh, did you hear that? Very good sign. It's very hard to get any feedback, but that was me just nudging 5 just a little bit up. And so something fell into place, and typically to get a sound like that, a click like that, that's not just one lever in place. So I'm going to be very careful now because I'm close. And what's happening? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 all feel like they're set. Let's take a little bit of a break here. Think about this. It's the first 3 levers, I think, that need work. Excuse me. Now 3 is tricky. Let's get my pick on 3, so that's 4. Okay. That's 3. 3 might be overset. Or it might be just right where it needs to be. I don't think I should touch 3. And I can't reach 1 or 2 with my hook. That means they're pretty far turned. And it's probably one of them that needs work. So I'm going to try to slide in. So 1's right there. 2's right there. I mean, 2 kind of feels like it's set. 1 must be a very high lift because there's not much more to go. It's right there. It's not set. Okay. Come on. Was that it? Felt something. Won't go much further. I also can't. I'm having trouble removing my pick. Kind of stuck. Oh. I'm open. That's why I'm stuck. How silly. All right. You can see the bolt is completely retracted. So we can take our tools out. And, I think these are retained. I guess I can, I don't know if you can see from this angle, moving the bolt. Let me keep these in as we go into the gutting process. We can get the tools out. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let me adjust the focus. We'll zoom out a little bit. Okay. And maybe I can adjust the camera. Go a little bit higher in tilt. And I really, at this point, just want to get the vise out of the way. Okay. And let's see. Sorry, it's a little tricky. Okay. And then I've got a cutting tray. And let's see, can I do any better with the lighting here? Maybe a little bit better. Okay, let's see what we got. So you can see the bolt is thrown completely. It's got the stamp. It's the Chatwood Invincible. And you can see the serial number on the back. This is a very, very rare and special lock. I'm grateful for Trebor, who very graciously lent this to me from his collection to pick. And you can see I'll lock the lock back up and then see if I can remove this wire and then my tensioner here. I think I had a tiny rubber pad on this. I see it right there in the keyway. See if I can just pull it out. No matter, we'll just open the lock up and get it. Oh, I should show you. I didn't lose anything important in there. You know, the key still works. I'll demonstrate that at least. All right, so it's pretty simple to get this lock. And very interesting, it's got quite some cool features to it. So there are 4 screws here. And then once I take these out, I should be able to take the front plate off. Just like that. Okay. There's the plate. And you can see, I suppose it's possible to take this inlay out with those screws, but they're really in there tight, and I don't want to mess with that. And what's nice is you can really see everything going on in this lock. But I do want to futz with the lighting one more time just to see if I can show a few things. Here, what if I angle that way? How about that? Oh, that's good. Okay, so, well, for starters, there's my little rubber pad. That was my tensioner. Just came off. All right, so for starters, well, the most obvious cool feature of this is the blocker. And so you see, what I'll do is I'll apply tension with my hand on the bolt. And you see what's happening there is this fence is actually on a spring in the back, and it throws this arm down in the top, and that blocks the bolt from moving forward. But even more importantly, once that's engaged, it completely kills any tension from the fence. Okay, so as a result, you've got to rotationally tension very lightly. Maybe I was kind of like this for most of the time. And if I screw up, if I go too far, I need to go back and reset. And because that's so light and gentle, I needed to compress this lever pack from both sides. Okay, so that's one key piece. And the springs are pretty strong, so that's it's very tricky. The other really cool feature is if you look at the shape of these levers, you see how there's this this enclosure. And so it almost acts like each lever has its own curtain. You see, if I move lever 1 up a little bit, I now can no longer through here get to any of the other levers. And that's true for each of these. So, you might not think at first blush, well, that's not a big deal. That just means you just got to work with the hole and not mess around here. And you saw me do that. It's probably the steepest hook I have, actually. I used this hook, and I easily was able to get through the whole levers 3 through 8. But the first two were just out of reach because of this front plate and how close they are to that plate. And so that's where I had to use this wire. And it's thin enough here to slide in front of the first lever. And so even when this lever was up and blocking the keyway, I could work my way in and get into the first lever. But then I had to kind of toggle between the first two levers and move them in tandem to get them in place. So that was a bit tricky. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's gut this lock. There's this heavy piece just comes off. This is a really thick, I guess this is iron. Really thick piece. Reminds me of those old big electromagnets. This kind of iron housing here. And then we're left with the lever pack, and these come off pretty easily. Little pivot, and there's not much to them. There's no false gates. They're tapered. They're very sturdy, and they are kind of marked with dots here. I don't know if you can see that. So you can kind of tell the order that they go in. Anyways, that's lever 1, lever 2, lever 3, lever 4. This one I think is a 0 lift. We have lever 5. Lever 6. Lever 7. Lever 8, that's the last lever in the back. Okay. And here's what we're left with. You can see the this mechanism a little bit better. See any pressure on this fence moves this blocker down. And let's see, I guess to take it apart further, I need to take these screws off. So let me get that screwdriver again. And this piece, I suppose, does two things. One is it obviously holds that back mechanism in the bolt in place. It also allows the levers to rest at the bottom there. Okay, and so now with that we can take, I believe this piece comes out. Yeah, okay. So now you can see the back of the lock. There are a few press-fitted pieces in here and another, I suppose, again, you could take that inlay out with those screws, but I'm not going to attempt to mess with that. And then lastly, here we go. Here's the mechanism. Now, if we look in the back, we can see how that works. See, there's a spring right there. And then the fence is press fit to this blocking mechanism. wonder, can we take this out? Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm definitely not going to try to take that spring out. That looks press fitted into the bolt. So this is one piece. And then what's going on here? Yeah, and these two are press fitted together. I'm not going to mess with that either. Okay. Zoom out a little. Those are all the pieces. This beautiful lock, the Chatwood Invincible. Again, much thanks to Trebor for very graciously lending me this lock. And here we can do maybe a little close up on the levers. And the blocker.